Hello and welcome to this Price-A-Job tutorial. In this video we'll be taking a look at Price-A-Job's project management modules for plant and fleet. To access the project management modules, go to the Company tab here in the top navigation bar, and you'll see the project management tools here in the left sidebar. If you do not have a project management section shown here, you may need to upgrade your subscription level. To do so, go to the account icon here in the top right and select Shop. Here you can see the various Price-A-Job modules, including project management, available on either a monthly or yearly subscription. If you'll be adding additional modules as well, we strongly recommend selecting the All-Included option, as this will result in savings of almost £300 annually, and gives you access to all the tools that Price-A-Job offers, including project management, estimating, building regulations, engineering, and accounting. The Plant Manager and Fleet Manager tools are very similar, but the Plant Manager is designed to manage your various plant and tools, and the Fleet Manager is designed to manage your various vehicles. To add a vehicle, click Add New. And then here you can put the name of the vehicle in. In this case, we'll input the Ford van. To help us identify this vehicle, it's recommended to upload an image of the vehicle. And this will help us to identify this specific vehicle from others that we might have within our fleet. Next, we can specify the license plate. And then for the primary driver, we can select the driver from our list of staff members. If the primary driver is not listed here in this drop-down list, we can add a staff member by going to Staff and adding New. In this case, we'll assign the vehicle to the driver Alex. And then here we can put the year, make, and color of the vehicle and the cost of the vehicle. Here we can input the purchase date by selecting the date off the calendar. We can choose the year. By clicking on the month, we can choose the month. And then we can select the date off of the calendar. We can also set the dates for the MOT due date, the tax due date, the warranty due date, and the insurance due date. If there are any custom fields that we'd like to add, we can add that by clicking the plus icon, and then either adding a text field, a select box field, which gives us various choices to choose from, a checkbox field, which gives us a binary yes or no option, or a date picker, which will allow us to choose a date off of a calendar. For example, we might choose a checkbox field here and say auto transmission and save. And now this is an automatic transmission, we can check mark this box. And if we have any notes that we'd like to apply to this vehicle, we can just enter them in the note field down below. If this is a custom field that we would like to apply to all of our fleet vehicles, we can go to the three dots here to edit this item. Then we can select the global switch here to make this a global custom field. Now this way, any new vehicles that we add to our fleet, our custom field will be automatically imported to the profile page of this new vehicle as well. If we were to go back to our original vehicle and edit that field to turn off global, then any new vehicles that we add will not have that custom field added. Next, we can update the history of this vehicle here under the History tab and click Add History to add new entries. So for example, here under Title, we might put an entry called Brake Repair. And then we can set the date for that by choosing off the calendar. We can set the mileage of the vehicle when the repair was completed, the cost of this repair, and the type, whether this is routine maintenance, a repair, service, MOT, sold, accident, scrapped, or other. We'll just call this one maintenance, and save. Next, if we have any documents regarding this vehicle, we can use the Documents tab here to upload these. And this opens a file manager, very similar to your Windows or Mac system, that allows us to create new folders or upload files. So let's go ahead and upload a file regarding this vehicle. In this case, we'll upload the driver's license of the primary driver. You can upload as many files as you wish into this file manager, up to a limit of 2 GB, which are shared among all of your various modules on the Price-A-Job server. And your data allowance is indicated here in the top right corner. Currently, we're using 2.1 megabytes out of a total of 2 gigabytes allowed. As we get more files, we might want to organize ourselves by creating a series of organizing folders. So we'll call this one Driver Info. And this creates an empty folder as indicated by the outline on this empty folder. To add items to this folder, we can simply click on this file and drag it and drop it into this folder, at which time the folder turns a solid color to let us know that there's now content in it. We can view these various files in either table view, which shows us the name, date, file size, and type, or in grid view, which shows us the file thumbnail along with the file size and name indicated. If you have many files and folders You can select those by using the drop-down arrow here to select all, none, just the folders, or just the files. And if you have any notes that you'd like to add for this vehicle, there's a section here for notes. You can just add a note and input the details and add as many notes as you wish. If any of these notes are date specific, you can click on the date to choose the specific date from the calendar. And if you want to reorder these notes, you can click on the drag handles here to organize them in whichever order you wish. Next, let's take a look at the Plant Manager. And here we can manage our various plant and tools. So we'll start by adding a new item. And in this case, we'll add the JCB excavator 1.5 ton. And we'll save that. And we will add an image for this plant. And this will help us to identify this one quickly from a long list of plant and tool when this fills out eventually. Here we can input the model number and the serial number and the cost. We can also indicate the purchase date and the service due date. Here we can specify the location and the status, either available or on hire. If we would like to add any custom fields, we can do so by clicking the plus icon here to add custom fields, either a text field, a select box, a checkbox, or a date picker. And if we would like this custom field to apply to all other plant and tool that we add to our list, we can select the global switch here to make sure that it is imported with every new item that we add. Here there's also a section for notes regarding this plant and tool. Next, let's take a look at the History tab. Here we can add any history notes that we wish to add. For example, a grease job. And we can set the date for that. And set the mileage or hours. And the cost for this job. And the type. We'll just call this one routine maintenance and save. There's also a section for reservations. Here we can add a reservation and set the date of the reservation. From and to. Then we can specify the location and who the reservation was requested by, and any notes that may be required, and save. And this will keep a list of all your various reservations over time. Next, we'll take a look at the Documents tab, and here's a file manager where we can upload files regarding this plant and tool. So for example, here we might upload the bill of sale. In this case, it's an invoice with a number symbol in the file name. And the Price Job File Manager will not allow symbols such as this. The only allowed symbols are underscore, dash, or brackets. Any other symbols that you attempt to use will generate an error. So let's just replace that number symbol with an underscore and click OK. And you can use this tab to keep track of all of your various documents for this plant and tool, such as insurance or operator's manual, etc. Next, there's a tab for Notes, and here you can add any notes that are relevant to this machine. And here you can place a description for each note, and if the note is date specific, you can select the date to choose a date from the calendar. If you need to delete any of these notes, you can just use the trash icon to delete this item. And if you wish to reorder these items, you can just click on the drag handles here to reorder them in whichever order that you need. And if for any reason you need to delete this plant and tool, you can just use the three dots here in the right hand panel to delete this item completely. And this is an easy way to keep track of all of your vehicles and plant and tool, to have all of your details stored in one easy, convenient location in the cloud, accessible wherever you are on a desktop system or a mobile device. And that's how to use the Plant and Fleet project management modules. Thank you for using Price a Job.